So projects like Telluride, the Four Seasons in Telluride, and Snowmass, projects where we've worked in remote ski areas before, are a little bit different from a pre-construction perspective because we have to do a lot more planning around high mountain environments, slower productivities, also unique housing situations. Those jobs can be several hours from a big metropolitan area like Denver. And so we have to make sure that we can find trades who can travel to those remote locations and get a large enough work staff to go up there. Weitz has a fair amount of experience working in remote locations like the mountains of Colorado. In those situations, we have previous experience reaching out to trades we know that will go up there. In the interim, if we need to increase the requests out to trades, so we need to increase the quantity of trades that we're potentially going to ask to go up there to help build some competition, or to maybe find someone if we have been unsuccessful to date finding someone willing to go for a unique scope. What we'll do is we'll scour the market. We'll both make site visits up there and look for local trades. We'll talk to the business community up there of who does things already in those locations, and we'll visit them. And we'll try and get an assessment of, are they safe subcontractors? Do they have experience in these areas? Can they staff a project of this size? And in addition to that, we'll even go out to other markets and say, would you be willing to go there, and under what circumstances? That'll do two things. That'll get a competitive price for the owner, and it'll help ensure that we have a qualified sub who's willing to go. Working in remote locations can have some additional costs like housing and busing and parking. Not all owners are aware of it. Some are. The ones who aren't aware, we try to have these conversations with them early so they become aware of the challenges. Just as one example, the project in Telluride at the Four Seasons is extremely challenging to find housing within an hour or 90 minutes of the project location. So we had to have numerous conversations with the owner about that. We had to show them what we were doing and the potential locations to house people, and then talk to them about those costs and the duration that those costs would be hitting. I think because Weitz takes a very project-specific view of each and every job, and I think we're very honest about what the impacts are going to be. And why an owner would care most about that is that we're not going to tell them the job is going to be significantly higher or lower than we actually believe it is because we think that's the right thing to do. We're going to tell them what we actually believe it is. And then from there, it's a conversation about where do they want to spend their money, because the constraints are real. You've got these things that you've got to account for. And the sooner we open that up to them and reveal to them the existence of these things, the more we can do about it if that's not where they want to focus their dollars. If they want to focus their dollars on something else, we need to open that conversation up and then work on the problem together. And that's always our approach. And I think that's the benefit to the owner is a lot of these costs are real and they're not desirable because they don't necessarily always have a long-term, there isn't always a long-term apparent benefit to a client or a buyer. But these are real costs of construction, and the sooner we identify them and share them, the sooner we can address them as a team.